Hey guys, welcome back, John Megacycle here, another episode of Command and Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath. Now, I've been getting a lot of feedback here when it comes down to what I've got for material, and what's been obvious to some of the viewers is that I have absolutely no Skrin material at all. Now, when I say at all, you guys have seen me go through the Global Conquest as the Skrin, but I don't have any general skirmish tactics or anything like that, considering I rarely play as the Skrin. I've gotten this kind of feedback before for the GLA, the Global Liberation Army for Command and Conquer Generals, so now it's time to step it up a little bit and play as the Skrin. They are a very solid race, some very good hit-run tactics depending on how you play them. They're quite feared among infantry and a lot of light vehicles. These guys have something that can just tear through a bunch of stuff. A lot of the infantry for the Skrin are very powerful, but one thing that the Skrin lack is an anti-air answer for their infantry. So, for this matchup, what I want to do is I really want to come at with some really heavy military here. There we go. I can talk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play as the Skrin against two Steel Talons. This is a matchup that I like to do I usually call this setup the Talon Twins, going up against some really heavy GDI armor, considering GDI is known for their heavy tanks, heavy weapons, that sort of a thing, against me. So it's 1 versus 2, just like this, not a whole lot of thrills. The rules are fairly straightforward. Actually, we're going to take that down to 10k, just like that should be. I like to play with 40k once in a while. It adds a little bit of spice to it. And really not much else to do here. Let's make sure we're the proper Skrin colors. And I think everything's in order. So this one is called Unfair Advantage. We have 2 Tiberium resource piles that are both blue Tiberium. If you're unfamiliar, Tiberium is the resource of Command and Conquer Universe, and the blue stuff is twice as potent as the green stuff. So the green stuff is what these guys have down here at the bottom. And that's really about it. We've got a bit of area to defend, but we're going to have to move quicker. We're going to have a lot of heavy armor against us. So this is going to be pretty difficult, but we just need to be quick about it. Okay, reactor immediately. Just to give you a brief overview of what's going on, we've got a bunch of civilian structures in the front. Civilian structures here as well. Gives us a bit of an area to defend, but I'm pretty happy with how it's set up. What I usually do is I bring, what are these, explorers up to the center and start hunkering down there, but I don't want to spend that kind of money just moving troops. So what we're going to do is we're going to call this our defensive line right here, and what this is going to allow us to do is also occupy some of these civilian structures with some defense. We're really going to use the elements of the environment to our advantage. Once I build this refinery, we're going to get a vehicle factory going on so we can get more harvesters. And then I'll give you a little bit more of a tour of what this map has to offer. Want to spread out our power plants a little bit. The last thing we really want to do is get those things too close. That's the wrong thing. Okay, so we have our 2 blue Tiberium piles here. In the very top right and top left are 2 Tiberium spikes. And then, of course, the area we need to defend out front. Several civilian structures, and then, of course, the Tiberium piles that the enemies have. So, that all having been said, we have to anticipate we're going to get a lot of heavy vehicle resistance. So, we're going to make sure that we've got some photon cannons going on. What the Skrin have that are absolutely amazing against vehicles are these things, disintegrators. Disintegrators are, like I said, perfect against vehicles, but what they can do as well is if they are run over, they'll actually explode. So that's going to be really handy when we're trying to deal a bunch of damage. So we're just going to get a few of these guys online. We're not going to dump our entire defense budget, or more accurately, we're not going to dump our whole budget into defense. But we're just going to get little bits going on here. We're going to get our harvesters online immediately, another refinery. We're really going to start moving with this. Another nice thing about Skrin is their ability to maintain their own economy. What we're going to build as well with the refineries and the harvesters are growth accelerators. What these things do is you dump them in the middle of a Tiberium node or vein right here, and it'll actually spit out more Tiberium for you. So it kind of keeps the economy moving a bit. Very good. Once we get another refinery online, then we can start working some military. We're going to want to make sure that we can meet or beat them on the ground. That's going to be a little difficult. Let's actually just go ahead and do a Tiberium vibration scan. What this does is it reveals all refineries and all Tiberium spots. So actually, we're going to use infestation. Oh, I wasn't fast enough. What this does is it actually infects a Tiberium field with a Tiberium hive, which damages units that traverse that area. Okay, very good. Now, let's get more of these disintegrators out like I want. We want more anti-vehicle stuff. So let's get a couple of Devourer tanks. That's going to come nicely in handy. Let's get our power plants online. And we really need to start building up a lot on the ground, but we really need to also start thinking about end game stuff. We're going to use the Ichor seed here. What that's going to do is it's going to seed a bit of Tiberium for us, much like the Nod ability. Yeah, it just gets a little bit of Tiberium started. It's something that's going to mature over time, so I'm certainly not worried or concerned about it at the moment.
Construction complete.
Okay, there's our growth accelerator, looking good so far. Once these growth accelerators are up, we're going to continue on defense, but since I mentioned that we're going to have a lot of stuff coming at us from the ground, and it looks like my Twitch feed just bumped. There we go, reconnected. Not too sure what happened there. Welcome back, everybody. What we are going to do is, as I was trying to say before, is we know that they're going to come heavy on the ground. So what we really want to make sure is that we've got a really good answer with the sky as well. Planetary assault carriers, these Devastator warships, these are things that are going to be absolutely amazing to use. And I want to make sure that we've got a bunch of them. Let's build some Storm Riders. These are good fighter-type basic aircraft. Okay, so they got a hold of the EMP system. Not too worried about that. Vibration scan. Oh, I can't see it. That's why I couldn't use the ability. So we're going to drop a swarm here. That's going to give us sight. Infestation there. Tiberium spike here. This is going to cause quite a bit of chaos. Hopefully deal some practical damage to those harvesters.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, now it's time to get the rest of our tech online. Yeah, I didn't really anticipate these things would last forever, but a good start. Let's see, are these things dealing a lot of damage against vehicles? Well, they're doing a fair amount. Not as much as I would have liked, but the Talon Twins are doing more than enough of a good job eating up all of that Tiberium. So let's make sure we're reinforcing our ground. Keep building these disintegrators. They're going to come in real handy. And of course we're going to get a few more photon cannons. Against a lot of heavy artillery and armor that GDI is going to be throwing at us, I'd almost rather have a bunch of Tech 2 structures rather than like one Tech 3. And what I really mean by that, I'd really rather have a bunch of photon cannons rather than like one storm column, which is a Tech 3, yeah. Okay, so that's still unoccupied. Yeah, really time for us to start fishing around here.
New construction options. Building.
Yeah, that should light that up pretty quick. These are going to be really a defense force while we're building our heavier stuff. The Devastator warships are awesome, but I think I want to work with carriers mostly on this run. Done. No problem. Now the nice thing about the Skrin is they harvest the money quick, and they don't need any sort of storage. The Skrin can just hold all the Tiberium they want without issue. So let's see here. Force field generators, absolutely. That's going to put a protective wrap against or on top of our assault carriers that we're going to build right now. Okay, time to go fishing.
Enemy units sighted. Unit under attack.
Yep, here they are. Yeah, if that's all the anti-air they're going to bother to bring, this should be pretty quick. But let's bring you guys back. Yeah, these infantry are absolutely great against structures as well. Check this out. Yeah, like butter. Quick question from Twitch. Can the Tiberium infestation damage your own units? That's a very good question. I don't know. I believe that it may. But we're actually going to find out right now. So let's do... That's actually a really good question. I don't... Come on. Infestation. Now, we're just going to dump everyone in here.
Tiberium field depleted.
Yes, the answer is totally yes. Holy cow. Yes, the infestation will kill your own units. It's good to know.
Select target.
Oh, that was awesome. Totally worth it.
Upgrade complete.
Work over the anti-air.
Unit lost.
Now, look at all this hardware they're bringing. This is what really gives this as a challenge. That's a lot of freaking hardware we'd have to deal with. But, thankfully for us, we planned ahead with air units to counteract. So I'm not all too worried at the moment. I think that's enough of the carriers. Let's make sure our Storm Riders are back up to snuff. Now watch this action. Little micro, make sure that we're targeting all the units. These are a lot like the planetary assault carriers from StarCraft 2 and StarCraft if you've ever played as a Protoss. It's one mothership and a bunch of fighters that latch on. These things are absolutely amazing to really get started when it's like this kind of a game, because what can happen more times than not is the enemy's just going to attack the fighters, the little fighter planes that pop off, and the fighters will automatically rebuild, so we don't really have a big problem with that. I see now they're answering with a bunch of anti-air. But see, look at exactly like I was saying. The infantry are attacking more the planes themselves and not so much the carriers. Oh, now it looks like they fessed up a little.
Unit under attack. Enemy base sighted.
Let's take care of that right away, shall we?
Our base is under attack.
They're pretty smart. They're pretty smart about how they're defending. They're building a lot of those little pit bulls to really start to counteract what we've been doing here. But, of course, none of them are getting to our base, and if they are, they're just getting torn apart just like this. Okay, so here's what we want to do with this attack. We really want to start wrecking them economically. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop these guys right over this field, put them in aggressive stance, which I believe I'd already have them in. Yep, absolutely. This is a good performance we're seeing from the Talon Twins building all this anti-air, as I was mentioning before. Wow, look at all that crap. Nope, you guys retreat. We're just going to let the base defense just do its own thing. And it should very easily. It's a lot of crap. But certainly not enough for the stuff we've got. Alright, how are we doing here? Just working over those harvesters, perfect. Every single harvester we destroy is a lot less money they're getting every second, and that's more important. Okay, they've got a crap ton of slingshots. Let's pull it back. Mission accomplished here.
Unit under attack. Tiberium field depleted.
Can you guys not hit that? Oh, now you can, now that you're just a unit. Get him out. Get him out. Perfect.
Building. Enemy units sighted.
Okay, very good.
Construction complete.
Now we're going to swing wide to the other side, and we're going to destroy the harvesting methods over there. I think it's really time for us to start working on super weapons. We've got a ton of spare cash, and we're not using it very well. So let's get more planetary assault carriers. Let's see, the swarm, lightning spike. Oh, this is the crowning jewel of the Skrin. The mothership. Look at all these frickin' things. Now, what the mothership does is something that's very, very unique. What it does is it kind of does, I guess I'd call it like a mini ion cannon. I guess is the best way I would explain it. And what it does is it actually causes a chain reaction to all of the enemy structures, actually destroying them just systematically crazy like. It's absolutely insane, but it's a lot of fun to watch. So here's what we're gonna do. She's slow moving, but she'll do the job, that's for sure. Can you guys seriously not hit that? Man, I hate it when a defensive structure can hit something, but it just won't and I have to micromanage. I mean, not the end of the world, but man, that's just some, like, maybe a little more programming to check. But since it's in a structure, it just doesn't really see it as a valid target. Little frustrating, not the end of the world.
Our base is under attack.
Go get him, guys. Time to vet up. Okay, so what have we got going on for us here? We've got a fair amount of base defense, not a ton, but we've got a good amount of stuff. Let's stop building carriers. Okay, we have. We've got a good amount of base defense, not a ton, but we've got a good amount. We've also got an Air Force, 2 sets of Air Force, to answer really any questions that pop up here. Even if GDI comes at us with a heavy Air Force, we do have our Storm Riders. If they come with heavy land, we do have our planetary assault carriers. So we've got a few things figured out on how we want to act defensively. And I'm really not too freaking thrilled about all of those slingshots. They're probably just gonna, you know what? Let's just do a little cleanup right now. Poof. 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 Get that guy out of here.
Unit under attack.
Okay, the mothership's got armor, but not a ton, so we need to start helping.
Unit promoted.
I was really hoping what we could do is we could just sneak by, but that's not going to be the right answer, obviously. Okay, sent our planetary assault carriers to the southeast. Very good. Probably going to lose a few of our Storm Riders. I'm not worried. Once you see this thing fire off, it's absolutely glorious. Okay, these other... Nope, come on home. Those other slingshots don't seem all that interested, which is fine by me. But check this out. It takes a few seconds for it to fire up. Yeah, I'm not too worried now. There's nothing stopped. Oh. Okay, I take that back. She actually might be stopped.
Unit under attack.
Come right over there, get that finished up. Here we go. Check it out. There's that. There's that. Instant base wipeout. It's a chain reaction. It's absolutely crazy. And actually a good point that was brought up, absolutely. If these aircraft were EMP'd, I would have lost them absolutely. So yeah, that's a very good point.
Unit lost. Select target.
I think these assault carriers are going to do enough of a job. Let's keep this boat going. Now, all you really have to do is hit the outermost structure, and assuming they're packed in like this, like the AI usually does, that'll actually sweep that all out. Now, something was brought to my attention that we can use the reconstruction drones as a repair ability. I don't think they can actually hit the air, but we'll see.
Unit under attack.
Can you guys get in there? No? A little? No? Okay, that was worth a try. What's the verbiage on this? Repairs units over time around the target location.
Unit promoted.
No, I don't see it. Fair try, though. Yep, these guys are great chaos units, meaning they cause a lot of destruction and they cause a lot of diversion. Look at all this stuff. That's a lot of stuff the enemy's going to be shooting at. So where's our mothership? Mothership's getting close. Liking it, liking it. Like I said, all we really have to do is hit this end part. This whole base is gone.
Unit promoted.
We're not even going to have to use our special.
Unit under attack.
Poof. 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 Ooh, got the harvester. Oh, and a lot of the civilian structures too. That's awesome. Should have been paying attention. Here come the juggernauts. Storm Riders will take care of that, no problem. No need for that. All we really need to do is worry about these last few structures. And where are we at here? Mothership can just stay put right there. There's really literally no need to rush this now. Storm Riders can go home. We'll pick up the pieces with these planetary assault carriers, and that's going to be it for this. Now, playing against two Steel Talons, or like I said before, I like to call them the Talon Twins, the way it really turns out is you know that you've got a huge wave of stuff coming. Now, we were able to paralyze the Wolverines and the Titans with a couple of key command abilities. The one primary one that we used was the Overlord's Wrath, which throws a big Tiberium-saturated asteroid at the targeted area. Read that from scratch. There you go. That really paralyzed a lot of their military. If you're not careful, on an open map, you can easily be overwhelmed by two Talon players. Now, Air Force isn't the only thing the Skrin have to offer. They have a lot of very unique vehicles as well. The Annihilator Tripod is synonymous with the, I guess the way it's matched up, the Nod Avatar and the GDI Mammoth Tank. So that's kind of how you can figure out some of these units is how are they similar to other ones. The Gunwalker's kind of like a pit bull, but it's good against infantry instead of vehicles. Seeker's kind of like the Skrin tank. The Devour tank is a heavier tank, and the Mechapede, fairly modular unit you can put on little upgrades to make it do certain things. I guess that's really the way for a quick skinny on how this guy's played. So you can really use this guy as a good rusher if you're good as the Skrin. I know Spectral, a guy that I play with off and on, he's very good with the Skrin and he really enjoys the hit-run tactics. There we go. Should have been paying a little bit more attention to our front end, but I knew the very second we got the last few structures, they wouldn't have anything else.
Construction complete.
Go ahead and keep this moving.
Unit promoted.
We got some money, let's go ahead and rebuild.
New construction options. Building. Unit under attack. Training. Construction complete. Training. Construction complete. Building.
Okay, what do we have left here? A couple of structures? Let's see. Let's see if this helps at all. Tiberium, 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 no structures. There's got to be like one power plant left, right? No? No? Yep. Mothership, I think you earned it. Oh, actually, you know what? Something else has earned it.
Select target. Enemy base sighted. Rift generator activated. Enemy
Awesome.
You are victorious.
Fairly quick match. It kind of evens out considering we had more resources than they did, but this is a really cool way to determine how you need to evolve as a player. Now, it's just not with the Talon Twins that I go up against. Sometimes I go up against two Nod players, so I know I'm going to get something quick thrown at my front door as opposed to something that's going to take a little longer. So by playing these kind of weighted matches where you have 2 or 3 AI that are the same, you can at least really get a taste for what the competitor has. So let's see, let's do a quick recap on this one. Units created 301, units lost 217. That makes sense. We were really heavy infantry early on into the game. Those kinds of losses are going to be expected. Not much to say about that. The enemy had a better kill-death ratio and a better economy. They sucked up those resources very quickly, and they maintained with a lot of harvesters. Good move on their part. Let's see, what else? Not really much else to say here. If we paid a little more attention, we would have lost less structures. Mostly defensive, we didn't lose anything critical. Not too bad. For a commander that doesn't usually play as the Skrin, I'm happy with how this one turned out. That having been said, let's light up another one, shall we? Let's see, what's another good three-player map that doesn't give us such an advantage? Or at least... Oh, here we go. This one could be interesting, the Tundra Triangle. Or Split Decision? Let's do this one. This one looks interesting. We're going to go up against the Steel Talons again, but we're going to put ourselves in the middle. Now this is going to be a lot more different. We have 2 green Tiberium piles. We don't have blue. So this doesn't give us such a resource advantage. Let's see, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. As you can see here, the little, I guess, pimply dots right here are the Tiberium fields themselves. And then we've got 2 areas that we can lock down when it comes to land control. Not too bad. What we're going to have to do is probably mostly build up on units for our defense. We need something mobile here. So we'll probably mix in an Air Force, but I want to do this one mostly land. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this started. Steel Talons are going to be a really big pain if they really monopolize on their anti-infantry stuff. Yeah, we're going to build at least 1 or 2 explorers. We're going to get, what are these called? Extractors? I keep calling them refineries. I've been calling them refineries for about 2 decades now since I've been playing Command & Conquer games. That's just going to be a force of habit. Unpack over there. Okay, want to do this really carefully. We got 2 AI. It's just going to really rack us if we're not paying attention.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building.
Growth accelerators can wait. We are going to get another explorer. This is mostly going to be infantry like I mentioned. So let's go ahead and get our portal up. Actually, you know, we're going to nix that explorer.
Construction complete.
What I do need to make sure is I do have a bunch of resources, time and energy, that sort of a thing. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we capture up these tib spikes.
Building.
That's stationary. Fantastic.
Construction complete.
Okay.
Building.
Let's get... Oh, that's right. You guys can't get into
Hold. Cancelled. On
those
hold.
structures. That's right. Shoot.
Building captured.
Very cool. Second refinery.
Construction complete.
Very good. Take that, please. That would be great.
Building captured.
Now, we're at a very, very important juncture right here. This is where we have to decide how we want to start defending ourselves.
Construction complete. Training. Building.
We're going to bring this line back a little bit. It's not going to be nearly as prevalent all the way up front.
Construction complete.
So right about there should do it.
Building. Building. Construction complete. Building.
I'm going to want my warp sphere darn near immediately, considering I do want more harvesters. Concentrating on economy right now is definitely what we need to keep this going. One of the worst mistakes you can make as a commander is spending way too much time and way too much money building base defenses at this point. Because the problem is you're not bringing up enough money and the enemy's just going to walk right over you.
Complete.
So here's our warp sphere. I pointed that the wrong way. Let's get our 2 harvesters I want.
Insufficient funds.
Once we...
Units sighted.
Oh, here comes the party. Once we get the 2 harvesters cranked out, then we're definitely going to be emphasizing base defense.
Unit under attack.
And get them. Good. Very good. Get to it, Buckshot. I need the cash.
Training.
I need the money.
Building. Our base is under attack.
Can you seriously not hit that? Come on, guys. Get your mandibles in the game. Or whatever. You don't really have heads, per se, so... Well, I guess you do. I don't know. I'm not a Skrin zoologist, master, major, black belt, understanding animal
Construction complete.
person thing. Okay, get this going on, moving
Building in
on.
progress. Cannot deploy here. Building.
We have our harvesters online. That's perfect. We're pulling in the cash. We're going to need way more of these disintegrators because I'm very sure they're going to have titans down our throat in a second.
Enemy units sighted. Construction.
No, go on. You can take that. That's all yours. Go get them.
Unit under attack. Unit lost.
You guys got to keep this high and tight. You keep running around. You're making me nervous.
New construction options.
Okay, we're going to build a few more level 2 defensive structures. Actually, cancel that. We're going to do growth accelerators. Again, another really wise choice at this juncture. And here come the Talons.
Training. Our base is under attack.
Seriously, you're just going to outrange me like that? Alright, send in the clowns.
Enemy units sighted.
All we have to do is take care of those Wolverines and we won't have a problem.
Unit under attack.
Just like that.
Promoted.
These Titans shouldn't be that big of a deal. But if they're attacking here, that must mean, yep, they're also attacking here.
Building.
Get them, don't run in. Perfect. What did we lose? 2 disintegrators?
Training.
Not bad at all.
Unit lost. Enemy units sighted. Construction
Perfect. That's how we have to handle this. It's all going to be precision. Every last bit of it. Here comes the rest of it. I don't really like to rely super duper heavily on one unit, but that's really how we're going to have to deal with heavy vehicles coming at us.
base is under attack.
And I really hope that'll maintain. Yes, it will. I proceed. Thank you much. Get on in there. Now we're good on defense. Now it's time to start teching up and answering some more questions. We're pretty defenseless against an airstrike. I mean, there's nothing really we can do about it right now. The Skrin don't have very good infantry to deal with aerial units until later with the shock troopers. But we're not that high tech yet, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Right now what I want to do is I want some Storm Riders out.
Construction options.
Oh, wait. I don't want 5 MCVs, holy crap.
Base is under attack.
Hey, if they're going to keep attacking that Tiberium spike, considering how much armor it has, that's perfect. That's going to let me mess with these guys all frickin' day.
Unit promoted.
Okay, you know what? Just blow up the building. Okay, come on back. The funny thing is I have you guys in defensive stance and you're jumping in there like crazy.
Enemy units sighted. Repairing. Our base is under attack. Building.
Hello? Thank you.
Unit under attack.
No, this is perfect.
Building.
We're gonna get a few more buzzer hives going on to take care of the infantry when they show up, because we've been mostly using our infantry to take care of their vehicles, and we don't really have a good anti-infantry answer at the moment. I mean, literally aside from the buzzer hives.
Our base is under attack.
Okay, time to repair.
Sighted. Repairing. Building. Unit under attack. Unit
I wonder how far we can get just using these disintegrators.
Construction complete.
Yep, there we go. There's an airstrike coming in as predicted.
Repairing.
You guys are driving me crazy.
Unit promoted. Our
Do a
base
little micromanagement here, make sure everything's queued up. I don't need that right now,
unit under attack.
but I do want that deployed. Thank you much. Tech assembler, get some shields on our Air Force, which we're going to use a little later. Yeah, exactly what I thought. Let's go 3 and 4.
Enemy base sighted.
Oh, their base is actually pretty darn close.
Training. Building.
I believe I have all my power plants. Nope, I don't.
Construction
Yep, that's where their Orca Bomber raid showed up.
Unit promoted. Our base is under attack. Unit under attack. Unit lost.
Yep, now they're answering our Air Force question with some slingshots, and that's exactly what I was worried about.
Building.
And here come the Harvs. Oh man, we can mess them up so much on their economy just because they brought their Harvs. Yeah, oh, you can take the spike, I don't care. I'm gonna mess up your economy like freaking crazy.
Enemy unit sighted. Our base is under attack. Unit under attack.
Holy buckets. Yep, go for the Harvs. Go for the Harvs.
Enemy base sighted.
We're gonna need some anti-air structures here. I can't use those Storm Riders very reliably. Especially considering how much they're having a heart attack with those slingshots. Yep, walk them. Just walk them.
Construction complete.
Gonna get a second one there.
Cannot deploy. Unit under attack. Construction complete. Unit lost. Repairing.
Haven't lost any structures, I think, at all.
Unit promoted.
I don't know what the heck that was all about, but okay. I don't think we've lost very many structures. What, we lost the one spike, I think maybe one or two defensive structures. Oh, here come their Harvs. So what this is most likely going to turn into is we're just going to starve them. They bring in their Harvs, we destroy them, they ran out of money, we finish them off. Okay.
Our base is under attack.
Since these disintegrators have significantly less armor, I want to make sure that my structures take the first few hits.
Unit promoted.
Okay, this is it. Now, we're going to start working on vehicles. The Annihilator Tripod is an awesome choice, excellent for heavy vehicles and heavy structures. But we're seeing a lot of mixed stuff here. So I do want to mix. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some Gunwalkers and some Seekers out first. They're going to be our good mix unit. The Seekers and the Gunwalkers will be able to hit the air, which is what we're running into right now.
Enemy units sighted.
I have half a mind just to walk in there and ruin their party.
Our base is under attack.
Heck yes. Look at that. Wide open. Wide open. You know how you answer this question? Couple of guard towers. I believe they're called watch towers in this one. Little machine gun watchy towers. Wouldn't have been a problem. Okay, I have to combine you guys up. I might need you a lot sooner than I hoped. And nope, no problem. Get those guys, come back home. How are we doing here? Alright, micromanagement, guys. We gotta make sure that we're hitting the right targets. Production structures, so they're not building any more stuff. Slingshot gone. And hit that beloved MCV. Alright, we're doing a pretty solid job maintaining. Aircraft in the air. We got some cash. Let's make sure that we rebolster our Storm Riders. Want a few more disintegrators. How are we doing on building vehicles? Oh, top notch. Let's get some more Gunwalkers, some Seekers. And then let's start working with Annihilator Tripods. Okay, you guys love that MCV? Let's power these guys down permanently. Okay, I want you guys not flying all over the place.
Insufficient funds.
Very cool.
Our base is
Now, whenever I usually do a 1 versus 2, what I found, especially with Command & Conquer Generals, is you push a little bit one way just to paralyze one of them, and then you swing back hard the other way, meaning you really send everything else against the other AI. I've never really been able to push really hard enough to finish them off, but these disintegrators have been absolutely great, and considering a lot of them are ranked, they have the little, let's see if we can get in there. See the little symbol right there? Yeah, that's their rank. Higher ranks mean more damage, faster, stronger, more hit points, regeneration. It means differently for, I mean, a lot of the games. Like even Command & Conquer Generals had that. Red Alert 2 had that ability. I believe Red Alert 3. So each one is different, so you just got to pay attention to that. But the leveled units are just better overall. Do a quick check here. Want to make sure stuff's looking good. Stuff's looking good. Yeah, we're done. I'll put you guys in aggressive, move you to the middle, go to town. I don't have to micromanage anything there. The stances are really nice. If you're not familiar with the stances down here at the bottom, right here we've got aggressive, guard, hold ground, and hold fire. Those are pretty darn important, especially depending on what you want to do. So right here, this enemy base, I'm not even watching it. I'm going to suffer a bit more casualties because I'm not actively micromanaging, but this is all just going to take care of itself. Yeah, I don't even have to worry. We're going to bring the rest of our battalion over. Let's get our Annihilator tripods we paid so much money for. Get you guys over there. You know what? We didn't even bother with shields or any tech. Let's get the force field generators online. That's going to give some of our units a little bit of shielding. Shielding's always good. And I think the only thing that's left for this base is just a little something in the back. That's one done. And we did the Tiberium vibration scan. Yeah, this is nothing. Do we have any of our Storm Riders left? We do. I didn't see any anti-air up there, but of course it was just a Tiberium vibration scan, so all it really shows me is the tip. But what we can do with this... Dang it. The Tiberium vibration scan is really cool because it opens up sight. Like, see, now I can use this ability. When I couldn't before, it's because I couldn't see it. That's one of the rules in Command & Conquer 3. You have to actually see where you're placing your abilities. Unless it's a super weapon, I think. We could just let those Storm Riders do that all day, but what fun would that be? We're going to put all you guys in aggressive, just go right in, have a time. Oh sure, Lightning Spike, the Swarm. Let's have a little fun with some abilities here. Da-da-da! You guys aren't going to do a whole lot against structures, so we'll just hunker you down in a couple of structures of our own. Yeah, we'll just move them right here. Just annihilate everything. Ichor Seed. So here was an example where we didn't have such a one-sided approach. We were attacked from both sides pretty heavily, but a good mix of units with the defense. These disintegrators, again, have really proven themselves against the Steel Talon, or the Talon Twins. Definitely paid off. Do a little micro, finish this off real nice. MCV was the last structure to fall. Usually it's the first thing I hit, but nice that the AI was at least smart enough to build off, try to respawn, get stuff going. Not too bad. I really like this breakdown quite a bit better. Alright, so let's do a little bit of recap here. Completely different strategy than last time. We were still defensive, but we concentrated a little more on the units, trying to making sure that we were evening out. Pretty nicely done here. Kill-death ratio, a lot better, a lot less killed, a lot less lost. I like that a lot. Or a lot more killed, a lot less lost. Whoops. Structure destroyed with structures lost. I think we lost 5 structures last time. We blew up, good amount, so we lost a lot less there. Pretty happy with that. When it comes to terms of economy, we were about the same as one of them. So they had about another 4,000 income per minute there. And that was really, even with that, we still hung out better. And kind of interesting how one of them chose combat engineer as their favorite unit. Just weird. So, quick recap with the Skrin, a good mix of low-tech, high-tech stuff, a good mix of multiple roles, some anti-infantry, some anti-tank, and some stuff that can hit the air. That's really cool and a nice mix. So, thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Gonna call this a recording. I appreciate everyone who comes in, gives a little bit of feedback. Thank you, Twitch, and thank you, YouTube. And I hope to catch you guys next time.